What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Many Thoughts with Dr. T. And today I'm doing the show review for Somebody's Son, episode 9, and I'm almost caught up. Okay. I'm doing something a little, y'all like my new mic cover. I got a little teal joint going on here. I thought it blended in with my picture a little bit better. And y'all know I work from home, and so I'm sitting down all the time. So I'm actually gonna stand up, get some blood flowing in my legs. And if you work from home too, you gotta get one of these mechanical stand up desk things so you can like push a button and you can raise it, or you can put it down so you can sit. It's real cool. So just to get you your legs, the blood flowing in your legs a little bit. All right, so let's get into the episode. In the opening scene, we could pick up where we're left off. And so, in the last one, Chad spent the night in Jasmine's bedroom. So the next morning, the ladies meet in the kitchen. Paige is cooking breakfast for everybody. And Paige and Lauren had noticed that Chad's energy seems like it's more towards Jasmine. And he's a little standoffish with them. Um, I did think it was funny how he tried to sneak out of the room the next morning. He was trying to like make sure when nobody out there, because all their rooms are right beside each other. So he left out at about 6:15. I thought that was risky. I would have like, yo, you gotta leave at like four something, right? 6:15, people be up at 6:15. Like he could have got caught. So I think he probably should have left out a little earlier than that. But he was undetected. Nobody seen him. He made it back to his bedroom. So then they're having breakfast, and he's really bad about that. I noticed that it always seems to happen in the kitchen too. Like whatever he's doing, he's like real on whatever he's doing. Like he doesn't have good engagement or banter. Like, oh, hey, good morning. How's your night? Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. What you got planned today? You gonna try to jump in the pool? Nothing. He just be like, don't pay paying nobody any attention. Like, um, and then it is messed up, 'cause I know Lauren was a little upset. It is messed up how, because I felt like he gave her a lot of reassurance when he had his date with her. Was it the day before even? Might have even been the day before. And, he was like, "Yeah, I really like you. You're really beautiful, da, da, da." And then again, it's like nothing. He does that with all of them. Like, he goes out, has a good date, and then he doesn't know how to carry that banter back into the house. It's just like, so I think she was a little upset about that. And I just think he's all in on Jasmine at this point. I think that he likes Paige as a cool homegirl. I think he likes Lauren as a good businesswoman. I think he respects her, but I don't think he likes them in a romantic kind of way. And I do like how Jasmine kind of kept everything to herself. She didn't rush and tell the ladies like, "Oh yeah, we kissed and he spent the night in my room." She kind of kept everything to herself. So I did like that. And then in the next scene, the girls do an activity called future planning, where the ladies have cards with words on them, and then they have to put them in order that's most important to them. And the goal is to see how the ladies see their future and if they align with Chad's. And the cards were God and faith, health, family, career, money, travel, and children. And y'all know how I be on production about these dumb activities and dates that they be going on. But I really like this. This was a really good, thoughtful, planned out activity. Because I really think it helps you to see where that other person's head is at. For example, if somebody puts travel as number one and then you have it at the bottom, that might be a discussion you need to have. So I like that. There was thought put into this. So nothing really here. The thing I did want to bring out or point out is that, Lauren, why did you have children last? Girl, you are 35. Stop. You putting on. You trying to act like it's something that it's not. I think she intentionally did that to signal to Chad, like, hey, if you pick me, I'm not gonna be rushing to have kids. I know I'm older, but don't even worry about it. I think that's what she was trying to give off. Chad didn't even have children last on his. Nobody did. So I'm like, Lauren, why would you be the only one that has children last and you're the oldest? Like, and I know she was doing it on purpose, because even in her confessional, she was like, "Yeah, see, I know everybody thought I was gonna have children at the time." So she was doing that intentionally. Um, then Paige. Yeah, so Paige's list was actually most similar to Chad's, ironically. Um, yeah, I don't care if that list was the exact same. Chad, I don't think he likes her in that way. I just don't. And I think kind of by default, he had to choose her to go out on the date because it's like, oh, okay, our lists were the same. That was the point of the game. So he chose her. Lauren is mad, like I said, because she feels like they had a really nice date and she's just not getting anything from him afterwards. And then Jasmine was mad because she like, dang, you spent the night in my room last night and you choosing another girl to go on a date with, so she kinda felt that way too. Um, and I just think that Chad and Jasmine shoulda had a game plan. I think he should have been like, "Listen, I like you the most out of everybody, but don't tell the other girls. Play it cool. It's a game show. I gotta, make it seem like I'm giving each lady an equal opportunity, but just know it's me and you. You know what I'm saying? But just chill out. Like I'm gonna be choosing them for dates and all the stuff because I gotta make it look away. But it's me and you, so don't get upset. Like I feel like they should have had some type of pact or game plan. Guess they didn't because Jasmine was upset that he chose to go on this date with Paige. So then we switch over to Joshua. So in his scene, Joshua and Auntie Alma, their activity for the ladies is that Auntie Alma is going to host a seafood boil and they're going to have surprise guests. So we see one of the guests is Joshua's older brother, Michael. Lexi invites her best friend, Alexa. Tamiris' mom and best friend, Jada. And then Chambrielle brings her best friend, Kingston. Why didn't they do this with James? I'm still mad about that. Cause they had the same setup situation. All the moms were there. Like, why didn't we see everybody together? That was real weird. Um, so anyway, Joshua's brother asked the ladies if they have kids. Lexi says yes, she has two. He says that's a red flag, and he's not sure if his brother would be able to deal with all of that. Um, I also agree. And I just did. I never thought that he was going to end up leaving the house with Lexi because of the kids. I think she's beautiful. I think they have a lot of common, but I'm with the brother. I can't see it. And then Chambrielle, she has a male best friend. So I was wondering what Joshua might think about that. Because again, I can't do the opposite sex best friend thing. That's just me. So I was wondering how Joshua might feel. So then we go back to Chad and Paige. So now they're gonna go on their date. And thank goodness it's not in the backyard. Okay. So I think we're moving up. Um, And I just felt bad for Paige because I'm like, Paige, you don't have a chance. She don't know she don't have a chance, but you don't have a chance because she was really excited. Like, yeah, he chose me to go on a date, da da da. And I was just like, dang, this is all a formality. Formality. Like he's just doing this just because y'all had the same list. You know what I'm saying? In that activity previously, but it looked like they did have fun riding the go karts or whatever. At this point, they're finished riding go karts and they sit down. And Chad asks Paige how she shows affection because he gets friend vibes from her. And Paige is frustrated with this because she feels like Chad isn't meeting her halfway. Um, and I see it from both sides. I see it from Paige's angle. She's like, okay, you going on dates with all of these girls. But you're not, how can I show you affection if you're not even trying to talk to me? I think he does a bad job. He doesn't show any banter. Like maybe, yeah, you going on dates with all these girls, but you could at least be like, "Oh, hey," in passing in the house. "Hey, how you doing? You want to get some drinks or something?" I guess she's saying like you're not even engaging with me enough for me to show you affection. So I understand it from that angle. And then I understand it from Chad's angle too, because he's like, I don't even know if you like me for real because you're not showing me anything, like any affection. And I think the issue here is that Paige is not flirting enough with him. And I get it because like I told y'all, I am Paige and Paige is me. You see what I'm saying? I also, I love sports. I love a lot of what you would call like male topics and stuff like that. So I know how it's very easy to relate to a guy, and you can be laughing and da 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 da, and yeah, your team ain't won in 5 years, and that's why y'all need a quarterback or whatever. um, but that does get you stuck in the homegirl box. Okay, so there's 2 boxes, y'all. It's like the friendship box, and that's how most of us relate to people in the world, right? You strike up a conversation, it's funny, haha. Right beside that is the I like you box. So you got to figure out how to cross over. And you do that by flirtation. That's one way. And I think Paige may not have the flirtation button, right? So I think to cross over, one thing you can do is to tell a slightly not inappropriate joke, a joke that crosses the line, okay? Just a little bit. Like, we're not talking about nothing offensive, but like if you're a guy, you might say, yeah, because when you walk past me and with that sundress on, something that where the girl's like, oh, he's into me on that level. Same thing, Paige has to, and the thing about it is guys are so forward, they're normally going to do that. And as a woman, you can just play off of that. This situation is a little bit different because Chad's not doing that. So she has to be the one to say something, right? She's keeping it all in the friendship box. She's got to come out with something. Yeah, because I was in my room and I looked down and I seen you were down at the pool with your shirt off, and I was like, something, right? She gotta come up with something. She gotta go chat GPT, get some lines, get some pickup lines, something. And that is, to throw it in there, and that way he can be like, oh, okay, you see me like that. So I think that's the piece that Paige is missing here, and I think that's why he's not. And when we can see it from the screen too, it just seems homeboy, homegirl. You don't see the flirtation. You can flirt with your eyes. You can look into their eyes. You know what I'm saying? While they're talking, it's like there's so many different things you can do to let them know, like, I want to cross over to the other box. Okay. So I think that's where they are going wrong there. So, like I said, I don't think Chad likes her like that anyway. So again, I don't think she has a chance, but so anyway, we go back over to Joshua and Auntie Oma. So in the next scene, Joshua, Auntie Oma, and his brother, they sit down to discuss the ladies and who needs to go home. So Michael likes Lexi and thinks she has a good head on her shoulders and career, but them kids. I fell out when he said them kids. Um, so they discuss if Joshua is ready to be a father to kids that aren't his. And we already talked about this. He is not. So that's why I didn't think Lexi really had a shot. And then they think Tamaris is a little too reserved and too quiet. And Joshua is glad that she's respectful and nice, but wants to see what else there is to her. And Michael says if it sounds too good to be true, he has a question. And I like Michael. I like Michael. I like people that can see past the surface, what's on the surface. Um, and I too, y'all, I don't know if I've told y'all this, but I too feel like there's something up with Tamaris. I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like she's not being her true, authentic self. Like she has the smile and the ha ha, but I don't know. I just feel like she can turn it up if need be. She's not really showing us all of herself. So then with Chambriel, Michael, his brother, says that she has all the things that Joshua would be looking for, but she's not his type or who he usually goes for. I said, dang, Michael, go ahead and tell it then. Absolutely agree. Again, absolutely agree. I that's exactly what I've been saying. I think he likes her as a person. But I don't think he's attracted to her. She's a very pretty girl, but again, I'm always looking for what's the flirtation like, and I'm not seeing that with him and Paige. I'm not really seeing that with him and Chamberlain. Great conversations, but I'm not seeing like the yeah, because when you and I'm seeing that with it's like, dang, I kind of think his is tough. I really don't think he should be with any of them, to be honest. I would say Lexi. I think if Lexi didn't have those kids, he would have definitely chose Lexi, in my opinion. Um, and I was like, "Dang, does that mean he normally what does he mean that she's not his type or what who he usually goes for? Does that mean that he normally goes for more light skin or, racially ambiguous women? Like, what was he really trying to say there? Does he go for tall girls and Chamberlain is short? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So Auntie Alma chooses Tamaris and Chambrielle to stay at the house. So meaning Lexi had to go home, which I figured. But it was a tough decision. And again, I think it just came down to Lexi having the kids. So then as Lexi is leaving, Joshua walks her out and she says, that, I already got my bags packed because you know what I'm saying. And that set Joshua off. I was like, dang, he was like really mad about that. Like for real, for real. I had to rewind it because I'm like, dang, did I miss something? Like, I don't know. I guess he just felt betrayed because maybe he felt like she gave up on the process or something. I don't know, but he got like real upset about that, like mad, mad. Um, oh yeah, because I guess he interpreted it as she was judging him as if he was not husband material. But I didn't like the way he was acting out like that, and he was cursing and kinda, like, slammed the door on her, and I was like, "Hmm." And I think he's not seeing it from her side. Now I keep telling y'all this is a game show, it is very fake, but you can tell the lady's emotions are involved, and, you would understandably be upset if you lost, on any show. It is a competition, she lost, she's upset. And then the other angle of it too, with her having 2 kids, I bet she runs into this a lot where a guy is into her and he likes her and he's calling her and da da da. And then when she was like, "Oh yeah, I got 2 kids," guys are probably like, "Oh," and then the call stop. And you know what I mean? So this probably I don't know her, but it could be triggering an old wound, like, "Dang, this always happens to me," or, "Dang, this is happening again. It's because I got kids," so that could be it too. So she's probably experiencing a lot of emotion, so I don't I could see why she I mean, she didn't say anything crazy, but, um, yeah. So that was that, and, yeah, I was just a little surprised on how Joshua went off the rails like that, so that was very telling of how he might act, if he gets upset, cause that's the thing, y'all, when you're dating in your relationship, you gonna get upset, and like I told y'all, you need to be seeing, like, how this person acts when they mad at you, okay? And, yeah, it was a little much, it was a little much. Um, so this show, I mean, this particular, episode, my cousin had hyped me up and was saying, "Girl, it gets good," but I was like, I didn't really get anything out of this episode until the last scene. So we go back to Chad, and the ladies are dancing and having a good time before bed, just chopping it up. And they asked Chad to join in, but he says no. And they're like, "Dang, why you tripping? Like you kind of being a party pooper." Um, and this is a good illustration of what I was telling y'all about earlier when Paige was like, "Yeah, I like that you stand on your opinion and you don't change your mind." And this is what I'm saying. And he was showing that here, that's not a good thing. Like, all they were saying, like, "Come dance, it's not that deep." It's like, "No, I'm not doing that." It's just like, what's his deal? He has to learn to loosen up. It don't hurt for you to be a little silly. Like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know what happened. I don't know if we were missing something, but he was on this thing like in his confessional, he was saying that the ladies aren't taking this serious and they're trying to be best friends. I guess he wants them to hate each other and be stabbing each other in the back or something. I don't know why. But that's what he said in his confessional. So I thought that was weird. And then so I guess after they were dancing or whatever, Lauren goes back up to her room to take a shower. So it's just his mom, Jasmine, and Paige. And Chad's mom makes a comment, something to the effect of how she's so happy that the ladies are all getting along. And again, this irks Chad, and he says, "Yeah, y'all kikiing now, but only one person can win." Say what now? Paige is also taken aback. But she, she's like, I'm gonna try to get more clarification. So she goes to him, tries to get a hug, and he kind of like stiff arms her and is like, I don't need all that. This is a competition, y'all. Do I be reading people or do I be reading people? What did I tell y'all 2 episodes ago? I clocked it. I said he give crazy behind the eyes. Remember I said that? Cause I be knowing, y'all. It's really a gift from God. Like I really be knowing when I have a gift of knowing when people are performing and when they are putting on. I can just see. I can see what people are saying and doing versus what's really inside. And I knew it. This was crazy. I don't know. I'm like, are we missing some context here? Like, where'd this come from? All of a sudden, he want them to be competing and knocking each other out and just falling over him. And like, where did this come from? This is episode 9. So I don't know if something else happened. It was just really weird that his demeanor just flipped like that. Um, I don't know what he would get out of that anyway. I don't know if he wants to be put up on a pedestal. He likes women fawning after him. Like, okay, so if they were at each other's throat, like, what does that do for you? It seems like that would make it more complex for you. I thought it would be easier for the guy if the women are cool, they're getting along, there's no drama, you know? So it's like, what are you on? Like, do you like the drama of it all? So anyway, Paige is upset. She's outside crying. Um, Lauren finds out what happened, so she goes to check on Jasmine, and, Chad was in the bed with Jasmine. When she opened that door, first of all, why you opening my door? It I be talking about production all the time, y'all. I'm trying to say that this was not set up by producers. Like, I'm hoping they weren't like, "Yo, go check on Jasmine, just open the door." You know what I'm saying? Because why would you just open somebody's door up like that? I thought that was weird. And then Jasmine, why is the door not locked? Or let me see. Okay. Lauren knocks on the door. Jasmine gets up to open it. I don't know what happened there. It's like Jasmine, and then Lauren just walked right in. First of all, I wouldn't have had Chad come to my room to the wee hours of the night. First of all, I would have made sure everybody was asleep, come about 2 a.m. Okay, first of all, so they went wrong there. I'm definitely locking the door. If she's knocking, I might pretend I'm asleep. One, that's an option. Or two, Imma go to the door and Imma have it crack, like, just a little bit, like, "Hey, girl, what's up?" Yeah, Imma have to talk to you about that in the morning, girl. I'm so tired, but it's all good. I'll catch you up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how she got in the room. I'm glad she did. The producers couldn't have set this up any better. This is TV gold. I was like, "Oh my god, I love it." So I can't wait until the next episode to see what in the world happened. That's gonna flip everything upside down. I know both of their hearts sank like, "Oh no." But at the same time, y'all, I low key feel like I think I told y'all, I don't think Chad cares that much because I don't think he likes Lauren and Paige like that anyway. So I really don't think he cares if they mad like that. He can't because he wouldn't have done all this. And it's like, Jasmine, why don't you just go to his room? Because I guess his room is like maybe on the other side of the house or something. So I don't know if they was trying to get caught. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm glad they did get caught because this is about to get good. I told y'all Chad was crazy. That was so weird how he was acting like that. But I'm glad this experiment isn't just like a week. I'm thinking they've been in the house for multiple weeks because the longer you date somebody, you can't fake you can't fake all the time, right? Your true colors are gonna eventually come out. And so I'm glad that they got to see that. I'm glad Paige got to see that because I think Paige is like, I'm straight on you. Like that's crazy. You want us to be fighting? You want us to be? It's a competition, and y'all need to be fighting for me. That was weird. Okay, that was real weird. But anyway, y'all, that is all I have on that. And I think I got one more episode to go, and I think I'll be caught up. So Imma try my best to get it in tomorrow. I don't know, but, Imma try to get that in so I can be caught up, and then I think it's 2 more episodes after that. Alright? So I will talk to you guys a little bit later. See ya.